It will soon be dawn at Collinwood. Soon, faint rays of light will appear on the horizon, dispelling the darkness. One girl has known what it is to live in darkness, what it is to find a moment of light, only to be plunged into darkness again. For one who seems to be her friend has hypnotized her, and the moment of truth, which could have been her salvation, has been denied her.
I don't understand this.
Understand?
A moment ago, Maggie, you told us that you remembered everything.
I did?
Well, don't you even remember telling us that?
No, I don't.
And you don't know what you meant by it?
No.
Maggie, what do you remember?
Saying goodnight to Pop and going to bed.
And then?
Somehow I got here. What am I doing here? How did I get here?
Are you sure that you don't know? You don't remember any of it?
No.
Look, take your time, Maggie. Try to think.
I told you everything that I remember. Saying goodnight to Pop and going to bed. That's the last thing I remember.
But, Maggie, that was weeks ago.
Weeks ago?
Don't you remember anything that happened in between?
I don't remember anything. Anything at all. Really happening, or am I just imagining it?
No, Maggie, you're not imagining it.
You mean I've really lost whole weeks out of my life? Weeks I can't even remember?
Maggie, you disappeared well over a month ago.
Doesn't seem possible.
Unfortunately, dear, it is possible.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know you.
You don't recognize me?
No.
I'm your doctor.
Doctor?
You were ill for a while, Maggie. We sent you to a private sanitarium up north, a place called Windcliff. You were Dr. Hoffman's patient.
What was the matter with me?
You were disturbed for a while and needed treatment.
Disturbed? You mean I was crazy?
Well, disturbed is a more accurate term.
How long was I that way?
A few weeks.
And before that?
Well, we strongly suspect that you've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
But fortunately, Maggie, you managed to escape from wherever you were confined, and your father found you. That was when we sent you to Windcliff. We decided to pretend you were dead in order to protect you from the maniac who'd kidnapped you, whoever he is.
If indeed she was kidnapped.
Dead.
I have doubts.
Everybody thought I was dead.
Well, until tonight, everybody in Collinsport thought you were dead except your father and Joe Haskell. You created quite a sensation, believe me, and when you walked in there this evening.
Can't believe this is happening.
Maggie, can't you remember anything after you disappeared? Not a moment of recollection.
No.
Please, concentrate, Maggie.
I can't remember anything after that night that I just went to sleep. Everything else is a blank.
Maggie.
Pop.
Oh, how are you, darling? You all right?
I'm fine. Just fine.
Burke told me what happened. I was worried sick about you. And why did you run away from the hospital?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I can't even remember being there.
Can't remember.
She can't remember anything after she disappeared, Sam.
And before that?
Well, she remembers everything. Her memory's perfect.
You're feeling all right, are you, darling?
I'm fine, Bob.
I gave her a thorough checkup, Sam. Physically, she's in fine condition.
Except that I lost my memory. It scares me. Where did I go? What did I do?
I don't know, darling. But you're here now and you're safe. And that's what matters the most.
Dr. Hoffman, would you step outside for a word with me, please?
Of course.
Julia, I can't figure any of this out at all.
Well, in what respect?
Look, 1 minute Maggie says that she remembers everything. The next she can't remember anything. It doesn't make sense.
Well, perhaps what she meant by remembering is just what she said.
All she remembers is she talked to her father the night before she disappeared. I'm sure that she meant more than that. You know, for a minute there, I think she remembered where she was when she'd been kidnapped. And I think she remembered who kidnapped her, too.
If so, she repressed it immediately.
What exactly did she say to you when you were alone with her?
Oh, she said she was terribly frightened, and I had to calm her down.
And that's all that she said?
Yes, that was all.
Darling, are you sure you can't remember anything past that night?
Yes, Pop.
You've got to try, for your own sake.
Everybody tells me that, and I tried. I just can't remember anything.
Now, try to remember what happened on that last day. Something may come from it.
I remember that I had a date with Joe.
Go on.
For some reason, I couldn't make it.
Well, you weren't feeling well.
That's right. I was feeling strange all day.
I came to your room just before you were going to bed. I asked you if you'd like me to bring you a glass of milk.
That's right. I remember that.
What is it?
And I went to sleep after that, and
Oh, what? What is it?
I think I remember something.
What?
I had a dream. A terrible dream.
Tell me about that dream.
I dreamed that there was somebody in the room with me.
Who?
It was a figure standing in the darkness, and I was afraid.
Go on.
It stepped toward me and into a pool of moonlight. I saw who it was.
Who was it?
I
Who was it, Maggie? Who?
don't know, Pop. I don't know.
You've got to know. You've got to remember.
I can't.
Maggie!
I can't, Pop. Please don't make me go on like this.
Oh, sorry, my darling. It's okay. It's okay. Just relax.
I'm so tired. Can't we please go home?
Sure. Dave.
What is it, Sam?
Maggie's exhausted. Can I take her home with me now?
Well, I don't see why not. But I would advise you to call the sheriff and have him station men around the house.
Yeah, I intend to.
Well, I'll phone Wincliffe and make the necessary arrangements for Maggie's going back tomorrow morning.
Going back? I have to go back to the hospital?
Well, I think it's advisable.
Why? I don't have to go back to a hospital. I feel fine.
Of course she is. You said so yourself, Dave.
Yes, I did. Now, look, Julia, I don't see any reason why she has to go back up there.
Maggie still has suffered a severe loss of memory. She needs more treatment if her memory is going to get better.
Can't she get that here?
Look, you said yourself you were going to stay on in this area for a while, Julia. Can't you treat Maggie here?
I think she'd be safer at Wincliffe.
But not now. Look, the whole point of our having taken her there was to fool people into believing that she was dead. Now everybody in Collinsport knows she's alive, including, probably, whoever it is we're looking for.
I don't want to go back. Please don't make me go back.
Don't worry, darling. I won't. Maggie's going to stay here with me. I insist on it.
I don't agree. I still think she'll be safer at Wincliffe.
She'll be safe enough here. I'll get the sheriff to put a 24-hour guard around the house. Nobody can get her.
I take it I still have your permission to continue Maggie's treatment?
Of course. If you do it here.
Maggie, there's one thing you must remember. Your father and Dr. Woodard are the only people that know that I'm your doctor. No one else in town knows. It must be kept a secret.
Why?
Because I'm trying to uncover some information that would be very important for you.
Information?
Well, that's all I can say at the moment. But there's something you've got to do for me, Maggie.
What?
When I come to your house to visit you, if anyone's there, you must remember not to say that I'm your doctor. You must say that I'm a writer who's writing something about your father's painting. Do you understand?
Yes.
You won't forget?
No.
Good.
Pop, can we go now?
Come on, darling. Good night, Dave.
Good night, Sam.
Dr. Hoffman.
Good night, Maggie. I certainly hope that that poor child is out of the woods at last.
She may be safer than you realize.
What do you mean by that?
Someday you'll understand. Perhaps very soon.
Everything's just the way you left it, darling.
Yes.
Are you hungry? Would you like me to get you a glass of milk or something before you go to bed?
No.
What's the matter, darling? You have a strange expression on your face.
I feel strange.
How so?
I feel as if I've been on a long trip someplace. I can't remember where.
Well, you're here now, and that's all I care about. What is it, darling?
Someone out there. I saw a man out in the dark.
Oh, it's just a guard sheriff put out there.
Oh.
He's been assigned to the house. Now, if you hear or see anything strange, you just give a yell and he'll be in here in 10 seconds flat.
Feels odd knowing that somebody has to guard me all the time.
It's just a precautionary measure. Just to make sure you're safe.
I know.
Who could that be in the middle of the night? Yo?
Sheriff, Bowman told me everything. Where is she?
In the room.
Joe.
Hi.
Hi.
You recognize me?
Of course. The silly question.
Maggie.
Oh, Joe. It's so good to see you.
Oh, you don't know how good it is to see you.
Feels as if I've been away from you for so long.
You have. But you're back. And you're never going away like that again.
Joe, I don't know where I was. I don't know what happened to me. I can't remember anything.
No.
You do?
Yes, the sheriff told me. He also told me that you do remember everything that happened before you disappeared.
Yes, but those weeks in between, they're complete blank. It's as if it never happened. I'm scared, Joe.
Oh, don't be scared, Maggie. You're here now. You're safe. And we're going to see that you stay safe.
Why did you ask if I remembered you?
Well,
Well, was there a time when I didn't recognize you?
yes.
When? When? When did it happen?
When you were in the hospital.
What was I like? What was I like?
Well, you weren't yourself, Maggie, but you are now.
I was crazy, wasn't I?
I wouldn't use that word.
Well, that's what I was.
Maggie.
Well, if I didn't recognize you, then I must have been out of my
Maggie,
mind.
you were sick for a while, and you're well now. Now, that's all that matters.
Joe, where do you suppose I was when Pop found me? Do you really think I was kidnapped?
Well, that's the only explanation I can think of.
could have done that? Who would want to have done that?
I don't know. But we'll find him. He'll never get to you again, whoever he is.
Well?
Everything is under control.
What does that mean?
Maggie is no longer a threat to you. She's forgotten everything you did to her.
Forgotten?
I hypnotized her.
Hypnotized her? Was that necessary?
Quite necessary. She was about to recall the entire experience. I got to her just in time.
But before you got to her, what did she say?
Fortunately, nothing that would lead them to suspect you.
Are you certain?
Quite certain.
With this hypnosis, how long will it last?
Perhaps indefinitely.
Perhaps not.
I've made arrangements to visit Maggie regularly as her doctor. I'll make certain she doesn't remember anything. As long as you continue to cooperate with me.
And if I don't?
Your safety depends on me.
You seem willing to go to great lengths to continue these inquiries.
I'll do whatever I need to do.
That seems to be anything.
Anything short of sacrificing a human life. You must understand that you mustn't do anything to harm Maggie Evans. She can't hurt you.
But this hypnosis, what if it doesn't last? What if she comes out of it?
I told you. I'll make certain she doesn't.
But what if she comes out of it when you're not around to stop her?
It's highly unlikely that that will happen.
But if it does?
It won't.
I only have your word for that.
I know what I'm doing, and you must trust me. And no harm must come to Maggie Evans.
And if something should happen to Maggie?
I'll expose you.
I see.
You must cooperate with me. You have no choice.
Apparently not.
Good night.
Good night. Dawn. You're safe tonight, Maggie Evans. But I can't take a chance on your silence. Tomorrow night, you must die.
Here before? I've asked Papa about that in the morning. So sleepy. So sleepy.
is a Dan Curtis production.